First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rokah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and a sincere salutation to all you Akim and you Akwat that believe in all sincerity. So, if the Lord allows, I would like to speak on ministering, ministering our gift one to another. And, the Heavenly Father has given us all portions, okay, has given us, different gifts. We all have a set allotted amount of faith, if you will. And, the best thing to do with that, okay, your gifts, is to basically to share them, to give back what has been given unto you, and the Spirit has been on me, to ponder on not only making yourself useful, but also brotherly love and prophecies, and many different things. But as of late, the Spirit has jumped on me to speak about ministering, ministering your gift one to another. And that's very important, because we all come from different backgrounds, different walks of life. We all have different experiences that we can, actually share with one another and build, one another up, right? Because you see things from different perspectives, just like the disciples, in the New Testament. All right. They all walked with Yahushua, but yet they all they give an account according to how they experienced it, and we're testifying, to one another. We're witnesses of the Holy Spirit supping with the Lord's people, the Israelites, in these last days. So as you see it, through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, you ought to give it back. Okay, if that makes any sense. But I want to start here in the book of Ephesians chapter 4 and 11. And he gave some apostles and some prophets and some evangelists and some pastors and teachers. Okay, so, everyone has a position. Everyone has, an office to fulfill. Okay, it says for the perfecting of the saints, for the work of the ministry, for the edifying of the body of Hamashiach. Okay, so, the office that you have been given is to what? Is to perfect the saints. Okay, it's for the work of the ministry. Now, when you go into this word ministry, it says
Strong's G 1248. Diakonia.
It says service, ministering, especially of those who execute the commands of others. And when you put yourself in a position to execute the commands of others, that's a beautiful thing. When you ponder on, the fact that, you're not here to just, have people serve you because you're in a position, but you're in a position to do service unto others. Okay. To execute the commands of others. All right. It says, the second definition of those who by the command of the Most High proclaim and promote religion among men. Okay, so that's what the ministry is. You are commanded by Yahweh Bashem Yahushai to proclaim and promote religion among men. Okay, so with the office that you've been given, you're commanded to be of a service. Okay, to perfect the saints by giving back basically your portion by promoting righteousness among men. Okay, so and we all have an office. Every single brother in Great Millstone has an office. So we are to use it in the service of others. We are to make ourselves useful. And at times we can become for lack of words, we're not using our gift as we should, but nonetheless, we have to remember that our office could be given to another. You know what I mean? And that's not the position that we would want to be in. Okay, so let us minister one to another, right? Let's get the book of First Peter. Let's see. First Peter chapter 4 and verse 10. Right, as every man hath received the gift, right? Every man has received the gift. You got brothers that go into, prophecy. You got brothers that go into your current events. The algorithms. The Hebrew history. Brothers that they like to edify with, building brothers up. Exhortation and things of that nature. You have to know what you're good at, and you have to work it. You have to work that avenue. You have to find what your spirit leans to, and use it to the best of your ability. Whatever portion you got, push it, right? It says, as every man hath received the gift, even so minister the same one to another. Yeah, minister your gift one to another. We have to in the service of others, give back what has been given to us, your portion. It's the different parts of the body, and the body needs to hear, okay, from everyone, you see, because everyone plays a role, everyone plays a function, and what you don't go into, another brother does. And that's why, like, when I'll speak for myself. I wake up in the morning and I'll scroll through the YouTube feed, and there's always a video that I need to hear, that day, especially in the morning. There'd be exhortation in the morning, man. I'll be loving those videos, man, because they get you going. You know what I'm saying? There'd be current events. There'd be like, PSAs that got to go out, through the body, and that's important, and brothers come, through all different avenues, man. Right? So, 1 Peter 4 and 10, as every man hath received the gift, even so minister the same one to another. Okay? And when you go into the word minister in this 1 Peter 4 and 10,
Strong's G 1247. Diakoneo. Diakoneo.
to be a servant, attendant, domestic, to serve, wait upon, a minister to one, rendering ministering offices too. Down at the bottom right here, it says to attend to anything that may serve another's interests. We're here to serve another's interest. The scriptures say, let a man not look upon the things of his own, but on the things of another, roughly paraphrasing. You see? And when you have that mentality, man, of like, what can I make myself useful for? What could I help others, man? It checks pride. It checks, just a lot. It just puts you in a humble, mind frame. It makes you have humility, and that goes a long way. That goes. That's very essential in this truth. Okay, when you have that mind frame of that, you're just here to really to serve. Okay, you're really here to attend to anything, or that another may have need of. Okay, to minister a thing to one, to serve one, or by supplying anything. Right. And there's also helps in the body or whatnot, but everything ultimately works out for the building of the church. Okay, especially when it comes to this gospel. Okay, so back in 1 Peter 4 and 10, as every man hath received the gift, even so minister the same one to another, as good stewards of the manifold grace of the Most High. As good stewards. Right. Right, and it's metaphor of the apostles and other Christian teachers and bishops and overseers. Right, so we're managing the household. We're stewards. We're ambassadors, we're representatives, we're servants, you know, all in humility. You know, we're here by the grace of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. We serve an office, we serve a purpose, and that's it. You know what I mean? It's not for, you know, vainglory. It's not for filthy lucre's sake. It's not for you know, anything, you know, to lord over anyone or any of those things. And that, you know, through the Spirit, I believe takes you you know, into the right mind frame. You know, it keeps you from, you know, doing too much or doing too little when you know that, you know, you're just serving in the body of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai for your salvation. You see what I'm saying? But also for the salvations of others. You're here to help build, you know, the body, to help you know, seal the elect through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. You know, minister that gift one to another. You know, Yahweh Shai himself, you know, taught the disciples to have this mind frame. All right, let's start the book of Mark 10 and 42. All right, because Yahweh Shai ultimately, you know, he was a servant as well, although he was, you know, a great man, right? He was the master, right, to the disciples, but yet he always had that humility. He always had that beautiful example. He always portrayed that, you know, to the T. This is Mark 10, and we'll start at 42. But Yahweh Shai called them to him and saith unto them, ye know that they which are accounted to rule over the Gentiles exercise lordship over them, and their great ones exercise authority upon them. Okay, so, you know, the rulers of this world, they lord over people. You know, that's why when dudes get titles at work, you know, it's like, you know, they can give you hell, right? They make your life a living hell. They, you know, they can stop you from being promoted. They can stop you from getting raised. They can stop you from just a lot. But, you know, it's not like that. It's not so with us, because it says right, and you know, and once people got that title, they flaunt it over those that are under them, you know, and that's not the mind frame to be in, because that actually is not what the truth is about. You know, when you have the mind of a servant, then you know, really you put it all into perspective, because you're only there because Yahweh Bashim Yahushai gave you that you know, allotted position. Okay, you know, it's bigger than us. It's actually, you know, you're helping, you know, seal the elect, spread the gospel, be part of the body. You're a, you know, you're a peg on a wheel, so to speak, right? If that's the proper term. You know, when you know in the back of your mind, you know, hey, I'm just a servant. I'm just here to do, you know, what I was commanded to do. I'm nothing more, nothing less, whether you got a title or not. It really helps keep you in the right mind frame, as opposed to guys who you know, they want to say they're King David. All right, you know, you got guys that say the true house of David. Like, okay, so okay, you know, so you're King David, you're the true house, you're this, you're that, you know, and you know, they're deceived. You know what I mean? So the Lord can really you know, trip you up if you don't have a proper grasp on what really you're supposed to be doing. You're really supposed to be serving your gift, you know, one to another. So it says, ye know that they which are accounted to rule over the Gentiles exercise lordship over them, and their great ones exercise authority upon them. Okay, so, you know, we're not here to basically you know, exercise any authority or you know, or lord over anybody, right? But so shall it not be among you, right? But whosoever will be great among you shall be your minister. Okay, whoever's great, okay, the scriptures say, the greater thou art, the more humble thyself. So he who is great shall be your minister. And that's why, you know, you see, you know, the apostles, right? They you know, they push every day. They have set a great example on you know, how to conduct themselves, man. you know, being spotless, being blameless, you know, and that takes time to attain to, you know. You know, especially when you come into this knowledge, you know, some brothers got to get rebuked more than others. Some brothers got to get put through the ringer. Some brothers go through hell, which we all go through hell. But you know, the apostles have shown a great example on how, you know, how to conduct yourself, how to deal. And the apostles have said they're not perfect, so they have humility. But when you understand, you know, they really, you know, you're all just, you know, we're all just doing the work in hopes to get clemency in that day. It puts a lot of things into perspective. You know, we're just servants. But whosoever will be great among you shall be your minister, and whosoever of you will be the chiefest shall be servant of all. There you go. Whoever's the chiefest shall be servant. You know, and that's in a lot of aspects too. The scriptures speak about preferring others over yourself. You know, letting others go first. You know, letting others lead. You see what I'm saying? And you could be a lead, but hey, you know, it just seems like, you know, someone else is the lead. That's you know, that's how it has to seem at times. You know, it's you know, it's not about oneself, you know, forwarding oneself. It's about helping everyone else, you know, and the Spirit has had me try to hone in on that skill, you know, of trying to, you know, serve, you know, give back the portion that we've, you know, one has been given to others, you know, because, you know, if you don't, you never know who might need, you know, your portion, who might need the edification that the Lord has put you in the body to give. For even the Son of Man came not to be ministered unto, but to minister. You see, the Son of Man didn't come, all right, so that you know, to be a king and on the earth, okay, and for them to put a crown on his head in this time, and to have subjects and you know, no, he came to minister. All right, although he was the chiefest, he became poor, although he was rich, right? It says, but to minister and to give his life a ransom for many. So he gave his life, okay, for many. You see, for the election. So the Yahushua is a perfect example, you know, of you know, of what we need to aspire to be, you know, and that's a minister serving, you know, our fellow brothers, you know, the gift that has been given to us. Because you know you get on the videos, man, and you see brothers, you're like, okay, cool, I know that brother's gonna go into this, that brother's gonna go into that, all right, and they excel in that. But when you hide your talent, or when you don't, you know, push that gift, you know, the body is lacking. The body needs to hear, you know, what you bring. You see what I'm saying? And that's the basis of this video, is that, you know, ministering the gift to one another, you know, ultimately helps the body hear everyone's, you know, everyone's side, everyone's portion of the gospel. You see, their account, so to speak. This is Hebrews chapter 6 and 10. For the Most High is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love. You see, the Most High is not unrighteous. You know, Akim, you know, those that you are in the body, you know, the Lord sees the work that you do. You see, he's not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love, because this is love. You know, the scriptures say that the body edifies itself in love. You see, and rebukes is a part of edification. Okay, and edification goes into what? Building up someone in Christian values, right, so to speak. Christian, you know, which, you know, the true Christians were the disciples of the Messiah, okay, whose name is Yahushua in the ancient Hebrew. And to edify also is to build one up in happiness and in morals, or something to that effect. So, you know, we do everything through edification, and that's ultimately what you're supposed to be ministering. Okay, is edifying, you know, lessons, you know, edifying, speaking to what, to build up the body, to get the body prepared for the day of evil, to get the body, you know, in the right spirit, you know, because there's a lot of false prophets, there's a lot of wayward doctrines that really steer people to the left and to the right, and will have one grow crooked. So it's important to speak the right gospel, you know, to edify, to minister, so that you know, the brothers that are around you, that they grow right, when the doctrine is pushed, when you're doing your job, you know, that brings brothers up the correct way. And that's important. You see, that's important. Okay, so this is Hebrews 6:10. For the Most High is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love which he have shewed toward his name. Right, you show love to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai by teaching his name. Right, by speaking, you know, the works of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, his words, his name. All right, for all y'all who say that we don't have the name, it says, in that ye have ministered to the saints and do minister. Okay, and brothers, you know, that minister, hey, you really are doing the work of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. The Lord sees that. He's not unrighteous to forget your labor, to not reward you. You see, so it's a little exhortation for brothers, you know, don't hide your talent. You know what I mean? You know, give back. You know, remember that mind frame that we're just servants. We've been given positions, but the position is to use, because, you know, you have a you know, wisdom and experience and a position that has been entrusted into you, and use it. You know, use your past experiences. Use it as a flame. You know, to push. You know, that's my best counsel I could give, is that, you know, hey, you got to use that. You got to use all the you know what I'm saying, the ups and downs to light the fire, to keep you going through the spirit. You know, that you know, it's really fuel when you use the trials and the temptations as a you know, as a standard, or you know, you're not going to give up just because you went through certain things. So, you know, we all need to hear everybody's portion, man. So just a little exhortation to brothers, man. You know, don't sleep on your gift, man. Minister. You know, we all got gifts, and the body needs to hear your gift. Okay, so Lord willing, this made sense. You know, it was edifying. You know, it was just something on my spirit, man, for whoever needed to hear this. Okay, because, you know, we all need to hear from one another. You know, and that's what I, through the Spirit, you know, has prompted me to give. You know, to serve in this time. So, Lord willing, this is edifying. It's the brother Kassad, all right, from Great Millstone out here in Arizona. Okay, Lord willing, this is edifying again. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, B'Hashem Yahushai, B'Hashem Ruach HaKodesh. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and a sincere salutation to all you Akim and you Aquat that believe in all sincerity. Shalom.